Every day, thousands of people are driving cars to get from point A to point B. Whether they're taking their kids to school or traveling to work, most drivers are cautious of other cars on the road. But what some may not be aware of is the looming threat awaiting them under a layer of rubber. People put their lives at risk by disregarding the quality of their tires. Because tires are so often overlooked, more than 400 people die every year as a result of tire failure.
I'm a master certified technician and I've been in the industry 23 years before I came teaching. I teach my students the most important thing on the car is your tires. If you can have the best brakes in the world, but what stops the car is the tires.
Studies have shown vehicles driving on tires underinflated by more than 25% are 3 times more likely to be involved in crashes as opposed to vehicles with proper inflation.
Well, tire safety is pretty important. I think tires are something that people tend to forget about. They'll get their oil change or they'll go get their car worked on, they'll get new wiper blades. But a lot of times tires are overlooked.
Captain Paco Balderrama of the Oklahoma City Police Department has spent more than 20 years on Oklahoma roads. His experience with highway safety has revealed to him the importance of tire maintenance.
Typically speaking, the engine's going to be in the front, under the hood. Therefore, there's going to be additional weight on the front of the car, which means the front tires would wear down a lot quicker than the rear tires. Not just because of the weight, but when you turn, that adds friction to those tires. That's why there's such a thing as tire rotation. Every so many miles, you rotate the tires, you put the back ones in the front, and that allows them to last a little bit longer.
In addition to this, your car's tires can also be worn down by tire alignment.
If you got a car that wants to drift or pull, not go down the road straight, you got alignment problems.
This is referred to as your tire's camber, meaning the wheel's alignment to the road.
When your vehicle is not aligned correctly, your tires are going to wear unevenly, and eventually you're going to buy tires sooner than you should have to. Not only that, wearing them down in that way may cause you to increase your chances of getting into an accident.
2 people witnessed firsthand of the frightening effects of tire failure.
So we were going over to drop off a friend at school. We were just driving down the highway and Philip went over to change lanes, and all of a sudden the car just slipped and turned around, just did a full 360. The only problem I could think of that's wrong with the car was that we hadn't changed the tires in a while.
The tread on the tires was about 0. I think it was less than 0 if I remember correctly. Because of that, it just spun out and changed the tires, would have avoided a big accident. And I learned that if you measure the tire tread is on them, so when it gets close to being bald, you can measure to make sure that they have enough tread to where you can avoid accidents.
Drivers need to be aware of their tire's health to ensure the safety of themselves and those around them. A recent study conducted by the NTSB made this even more apparent when they discovered that in the previous year, tire failure caused 33,000 car accidents, 19,000 injuries, and resulted in the death of 539 individuals.
There's a common phrase that goes, where the rubber meets the road. That saying is what it is because it's very important. I mean, you can have the best performing vehicle in the world, but if you have inadequate tires, I mean, that's what gets you around. That's what affects your performance, how the vehicle reacts to acceleration, turning, everything else.
And that's not the only thing that will cause tires to wear out. The lack of proper tire inflation alone can lead to some unexpected and very dangerous accidents.
The issue with blowouts is that it's different from just colliding into someone or a fender bender. When you have a blowout, it could cause the car to either spin out or actually roll.
Whether you're new to driving or you've been on the road for many years, it will always benefit you to be aware of your tire wear.